All right, are we working take two? Okay, so I literally just spent 21 minutes filming and realized at the end that my mic was muted. It's like a punch in the face. But today's video, I want to go over a bunch of stuff with you guys because, man, it's been a minute. I feel like it's been forever since I was able to actually sit down and have a conversation. But things I want to talk about today is the Devon Larratt versus Leonidas matchup. I have a major pilot's license update, which is the last one. I have a trip that's in the midst of being planned slash booked, and I wanted to mention it to you guys because it's exciting. I have a financial update as well for new camera gear for the YouTube channel, and I wanted to talk about some matchups that I have upcoming and a couple tournaments. So this video is going to be jam-packed with random information, but I do want to start off with the whole Devon Larratt versus Leonidas matchup. So let's look at Devon's most recent matches left hand. Let's not talk about the whole Chance Shaw matchup because, well, that was right hand. So Devon's recent left hand matches, he had a loss against Kamil Jablonski. We can let that one slide. I think it's fair to say that Kamil at the moment, left hand, best in the world. Right arm, left arm. He beat Georgi Setskov 6-0 just a year ago. Then went on to beat, well, this was previous. Previous to that, he beat Sergey Kalinichenko 4-0. And what's the other one? Yeah, Yordan Tsetskov. Tsonev. I don't say Tsetskov. I always get Tsetskov. He beat Yordan Tsonev. I get those mixed up. Left hand 4-0 as well. Now you talk about Leonidas Arcona. I mean, we can compare the John Brzezinski matchup. Not really. That was right arm. And then he was right arm against Schoolboy, which he ended up beating Schoolboy. So where does it go from here? Well, honestly, I think Devon, not being a Devon fanboy here, but I do think Devon gets the job done. And reason, I just think that, one, let's just talk about experience. I think that's a given. We don't even really need to talk about that. Experience, tendon strength, I think is going to play a big role in this one. You know, obviously, I think Devon has the upper hand when it comes to straight tendon strength. If we're talking about overall strength, I think Leonidas is the winner in that department. Experience, tendon strength, technicality, you have to give it to Devon. The competitiveness, Devon. Devon can't lose against Leonidas. I know this is left arm, and it doesn't, I don't know if it means a lot. It might mean a lot more for Leonidas if he wins than Devon, but I don't think Devon wants to lose this. So how do I see this matchup going? Honestly, I think it could end up being, you know, I think Leonidas could get a couple wins under his belt at the beginning, and that would be straight off speed and horsepower, especially if he can get into the strap. But I think Devon's left arm, the party arm, is probably coming a long way because he actually has time to prep for this matchup. And I think this is the biggest determining factor when it comes to Devon versus Leonidas. If Devon wasn't prepping and Leonidas was, I think Devon loses. But the fact that Devon can actually prep for this match that's happening at King of the Table, Devon can't lose this. He can't lose this, man. Excuse me. So I see this being somewhat dominant in Devon's favor. Like I said, I think Devon could possibly lose a couple rounds at the beginning, but I think he's just going to be a little bit too much. Leonidas is so close to making such a big splash in the sport. Not that he already hasn't, because he did beat Schoolboy, but I don't think he's there yet. I think he is so close, but the young German bodybuilder stud, he's going to be a big problem in this, you know, this sport in general. So I just, at the end of the day, I see Devon winning this, left arm or right arm, no matter what. But I think Leonidas is very close to making a very big impact. And once he actually starts to get some massive wins under his belt, he's just going to be a problem. So yeah, I think Devon wins this convincingly. I don't, like I said, if Devon gets a couple losses, it's probably going to be at the beginning. But Devon's just going to take over, in my opinion. Pilot's license update. Okay, let's get to the point on this one. So I haven't really talked about it too much recently, but it's going to be my last update because last week I had a mock flight test. For those who don't know what a mock flight test is, which I would have to assume most of you don't, it is what it sounds like. It's literally a flight test, but with not the examiner, with a different examiner. You have to pass the mock flight test in order to be recommended to go for the flight test. The flight test is divided into two portions. When you show up at the flying club, you have a 1.5 to 3 hour ground exam where the examiner will essentially question you on the aircraft, how does it work, the fuel system, the electrical system, how does it work from your feet to the aft of the aircraft, how does the center of gravity work on the aircraft, what are the laws in the sky, what are your altitudes, what is the weather. He's gonna ask you everything. Flight planning, how much fuel are you gonna use from here to here, understanding your headings and altitudes, and if you have to divert because of weather, what do you do? Who do you contact? Air traffic control. The list goes on and on and on. And I'm not saying this to make it sound complicated, but the point I'm trying to get across here is the examiner has to make sure that you fully understand what the fuck you're doing up there. Because if you look like you have no idea what you're doing, you can't go do your flight test, which is kind of what also makes, how do I say this? It's kind of a sense of pride, because when I will get my pilot's license, I will finally understand everything. So, to get to the point, I did pass the ground portion, ended up being 3 hours long. A lot of, maybe off-topic conversations, but it was a 3 hour ground portion. Then we had to go fly in the sky. Well, guess what? The weather wasn't deteriorating, but there was about 1.5 hours left until sunset, and we needed about 2 to 2.5 hours in the plane. 2.5 hours is pushing it, but you just want to be safe with, drills and exercises. So we ended up rescheduling the flight portion, and I did well, to say the least. However, there was a couple minor things I had to work on. And so he told me, he's like, hey, look, I'm going to recommend you for the flight test. However, excuse me, I just want you to go up 2, 3, 4 times just to practice these drills with your instructor, and then I want you to go alone. Well, that's what I did. And Monday, today's Saturday, but Monday, I have to go up, I'm going up alone. Gonna practice some more drills, and then that's it, man. I think this Thursday, September 26th, let's double check. September 26th, we should be doing the flight test. My instructor currently is in the midst of speaking to the flight examiner himself to get me in for Thursday. So this is it. I think we are at the final stretch now. I'm not going to talk about this anymore until it actually happened. But for those who don't know, or for those who do know, once I actually get my pilot's license, I do plan on filming, everything from signing out an aircraft, the pre-flight inspections, to going to the tournament and back. So it's going to be a whole new set of content for you. I'm so excited to do this because I know for a fact I'm going to be the first person to do it. And it's also been a dream of mine to just fly to my own tournaments. I think that is super cool. And depending on how this goes and what YouTube holds for me in the future, maybe one day I'll own my own private jet. Sounds crazy, but it's a goal of mine. Own a small private jet and then travel either the world or minimum North America and document everything professionally. I think that could be so cool. Yeah, anyways, it's big goals that are long-term stuff. Tournament announcement, if that's what you want to call it. So November 25th, not the 26th is Saturday, 25th is Friday, November 25th, I will be competing at the Challenger Series in Orlando, Florida, that Chance Shaw, I have to say it slowly, Chance Shaw is throwing. Yeah, it's crazy. So I recently had put my vacation in through the military. As in the military, you have to, there's a whole thing of paperwork you got to do, and it has to be accepted through certain ranks and people. But I put my paperwork in, and I'm just waiting to hear back. Once it's accepted, I am then going to look at booking the hotels in Orlando and then booking the flights. And when I have an update, I will let you guys know. But I do plan on actually vlogging this trip somewhat properly, better than I have in the past, because I want to bring you guys with me. I want to show you if it's the beaches, if it's nice, the city, just vlogging around, and then actually, pulling at the tournament, possibly even just pulling with Chance. Seeing how I stack up against some of the stronger folks down in Florida. I know people who have competed at the Challenger Series, and they were saying they're such phenomenal events. Man, I'm pumped. I'm super pumped. That will be happening, November 25th, exactly. Waiting on just vacation news for that. Let's give you guys a financial update as well. So, I'll show you the YouTube payment I will be receiving. first of all, I'm not showing you this to show you how much I make. I'm showing you this because it's a way for me to prove to you guys that I'm reinvesting the money that I make on YouTube when I could be spending on, I could be buying gas, I could pay my car insurance, I could pay a credit card payment, I could be paying my rent. It's not a lot of money, but it helps. However, I would love to do YouTube full time one day, which I will. It's not a choice. I will, arm wrestling oriented. But I want to show you guys that I'm actually reinvesting all this money into proper camera gear, which in turn, by the time I get a better camera, I'll be better on camera. I think it'll be kind of cool to see the progress and then just better quality overall. So the next payment that's upcoming, let's get this to clear, is $105 Canadian. Not much. It's not the final payment, but it's the minimum. You need $100 minimum to get paid. On top of that, let's do how much money do I already have invested into this. So in my account here, if you look at the top, I have about, come on, focus, $307, if it showed on camera, $307 in crypto / Canadian money. It's not a lot of money, but it's money that I made only with YouTube. So when this payment actually comes through, let's just call it $100, I should have around 410 bucks roughly. Very far from the amount of money that I need for a camera lens. However, every single penny that I ever am going to make on here, I want to reinvest it. I could easily avoid stress by making a credit card payment, buying groceries, you know, helping out my girlfriend. But until I actually am able to make a substantial amount of money, or at least something that can give me a salary with YouTube, my goal is just to reinvest everything into YouTube itself. Next update, training matches, tournaments. Okay, so training-wise, I am feeling pretty good. I weighed myself this morning after breakfast, so after some meals, a lot of liquids, and I weighed in at 214 pounds. So let's just pretend, just for average, I'll weigh myself in the future once this whole bulk is done. But let's just say I'm weighing 213 pounds. When I was at Nationals, I weighed in at 214.7 pounds to their scale. So I would like to say that I'm roughly about the same size, and frankly, I think I'm actually a little bit stronger than I was then. So extremely exciting. In terms of tournaments, October 12th is an upcoming tournament here in Burnaby, British Columbia. I will be competing there in the 220 pound class, right hand. I think I'm actually going to do left hand as well. And if financially everything goes well, October 26th, let me double check here. October 26th, there is another tournament that's November 2nd, there's another tournament that's happening in Burnaby. I'll be doing the same thing, competing in the 220 pound class, right hand and left hand, which I think I'm going to do well at these tournaments anyway. I feel so strong right now. My hand feels so good. I don't know, I'm just feeling really good. So there's two tournaments plus the Florida tournament. Also, November 16th, I will be hosting a local tournament here on the island for rankings, and it will just be super matches plus an after pull. I will be competing against Baby Hands. For those who don't know who Baby Hands is, I like to kind of mention them sometimes because it gives you somewhat reference. If you guys remember the video I had made in 2022 of Washington State Championships, I did a road trip with my buddy, Tom. He goes by Baby Hands, blonde hair. He had like a bullet haircut. So anyways, I will be competing against him for the #1 spot here on Vancouver Island. And to give you reference of how big he will be in comparison to me, like I said, I weigh 213 pounds now. I'll be a little bit heavier then. But November 16th, he should be weighing somewhere around that 265, 270 pound mark. Massive weight difference. Am I expecting to win? Probably not. I think he definitely has the upper hand on me. However, I'm still going to train insane, or I'm going to remain the same. But I'm also training for the Florida tournament and the two upcoming. So I'm hoping that somehow this will allow me to beat him, just somehow. But yeah, big super match coming also too. Towards the end of the year, there will be a big Black Friday sale event here at Supplement King in Victoria. Yes, the place where I get my protein. And I said it last time, thermalated. That's not a word, but I'm going to make it a word. Excuse me. Thermalated shaker cups. So they're stainless steel inside. Keeps your drinks very cold. Very off topic. I get this from Supplement King. However, if you guys remember recently, I did a video of me arm wrestling like random customers and clients at the Supplement King store. Well, that store is held in a little place called Colwood. Colwood's located about 15 to 20 minutes out of Victoria. It's a smaller area. Not as many people go there, but somewhat, yeah, it's a somewhat of a popular store. However, towards the end of the year, I will be doing the same freaking thing. However, it's going to be on the first day of a Black Friday sale. It'll be a sale where you can win gift bags, prizes, money if you can beat me or something, but something is upcoming in the works, and that should be by year's end. Just, yeah, so when that does officially come out, I will be somewhat arm wrestling the public / customers, and this time, if the weather at least permits, I'm putting my table outside. So not only am I gonna be arm wrestling people who come in the store, which should be way more than what I did last time, I'll be arm wrestling people who are just walking by who think they can win. And also, there are a couple bars around that store that's at a little place called Uptown. So maybe I'll be able to arm wrestle some people coming, no, not out of the bar. That would not make sense, it'd be in the morning. Yeah, regardless, it's near a Walmart, it's near a couple bars, Brown Social House, a lot of stores. So we should get quite a few people at this event. And if you beat me, you're gonna win some prizes. So start training. Yeah, that's a little Easter egg to the video. If it's an easy chance for you to win some money. So what do you have to lose? And that's all I have to say. Oh, this is not arm wrestling related, so you guys can probably tune out now, but I thought I would quickly mention it. So in the NHL, I know it's completely off topic, but in the NHL, every NHL team has a podcast for that team. It's called the Locked On NHL Network. Every NHL team has their own podcast. Well, I'm a huge Ottawa Senators fan, have been my whole life, and recently I had gotten in touch with the Locked On Senators podcast, and I am supposed to be making an appearance on the podcast, I would think at some point in the next couple days. No, the next couple weeks before the season actually starts. And it's just cool. I'm like a huge fan of the Ottawa Senators. I'm a huge hockey guy. I play hockey all the time. In fact, my bag is literally behind this camera. But I'm also gonna be able to be on a platform where I could possibly just put my name out a little bit. These guys are the real deal. They have a very big audience. And I'm just excited to get on like a legit podcast. I've been on some podcasts, maybe 3 or 4 of them so far. But this one's gonna be a banger. So if you guys like hockey or any Ottawa Senators fans that happen to be watching this, at some point you will see me 100%. You will see me on the Locked On Senators podcast. I would have to think in the next couple weeks to, let's say, latest a month. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Oh, one quick thing before I end the video. I think when this video is starting to be uploaded to YouTube, I'm gonna upload it like within the next hour. I'm gonna go on YouTube Live just for a bit, interact with you guys. I did a YouTube Live somewhat recently, and a bunch of you popped on. I had people from Singapore, from the States, from Europe, from Canada, obviously. But it was super. It was the first time where I was actually able to genuinely interact with you guys, and it was just a good time. I did a quick online live while I was uploading a video, and it turned out to be really good. So I'm gonna do it again. And if you guys like live, seriously, let me know down in the comments below. It's an easy way for me to interact with you guys. If you want to ask questions, make some comments, you want to diss me, you want to hate on me, go right ahead. But yeah, maybe I should be doing them a little bit more often. Saying that, I apologize. This video is maybe a little bit longer than usual. I haven't made a video in a while just strictly because I am studying for my pilot stuff. Like I've mentioned a million times, once that stuff is completely over, once the flying is done, the license is over, I'm gonna start making a lot more content for YouTube and actually being able to spend some time making videos and not feel so bad when I could be studying. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video there. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this type of content. If you did, you know what to do. Like the video. Please subscribe. It's a free way to help out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Also, back pressure video coming soon. 1RM coming. See you in the next one. Peace.